Liverpool 2, Ipswich 0. And it was a second half to die for from a Liverpool perspective. The football was slick, quick, energetic. There was real zip to the play. The first half was a different kettle of fish, and we're going to delve into the whole game in its entirety, give you our views, opinions. But of course, the most important element is you. Hit the like button and subscribe. Leave us your live comments below. Give us your full fan highlights of the game. What was good? What was bad? What needs to improve? Who impressed you? Where the concerns come in? We want to hear from you right now on the Football Terrace. And look, I'll start off and review the game in chronological order. It was a poor first half by Liverpool standards. No control in the midfield. No real chances created outside of a few corners. And it was counter-attack after counter-attack after a counter-attack from Ipswich. And Ipswich looked dangerous. And I'm not using this logic because I think it's ridiculous. But as Hassam said yesterday, a better team than Fulham would have killed Man United on the counter-attacks. A better team than Ipswich would have destroyed them on the counter-attack. I don't personally see it that way. I actually think Trent Alexander-Arnold and the Liverpool players handled the counter-attacks very, very well. I felt as though they, even when they were caught in those one-on-one defensive situations, they kept their cool. They didn't overreact. They didn't jump in, and they won those battles. End of the first half, you'd look at it and look, you would think to yourself, yes, there could have been a sending off to Burns. He was already booked. He handballed it and everything else. But Liverpool were well below their standards. Well below their standard. They weren't moving the ball quick enough. They weren't using enough energy themselves. In that second half, Liverpool were majestic. They moved the ball quicker. They were more direct, and they took a few more risks. Basic changes, but impactful. And then what you saw, Gravenberch in the middle, looking absolutely brilliant. Trent Alexander-Arnold putting on an absolute clinic in that second half. Jota scoring another excellent goal from him. After just missing, by the way, an absolute sitter as well. But the standout player, devastating again in a Liverpool shirt. The greatest player in their Premier League history. One of the greatest players in their club's history, Mohamed Salah. A new look, a new haircut, a new manager, but the same old Mohamed Salah. And he was outstanding in the second half. He was okay in the first half, but he was outstanding in the second. And look, any Liverpool fan, I'm going to keep the same energy as I did for Man United yesterday because I'm not going to do it. Hassam isn't going to come out and mention the counter-attacks. He isn't going to talk about how they should have been 5-0 down if they were against the better team. He won't do that because he knows what he said yesterday was crazy, okay? Because you could apply that logic to every team. It's weird. You're never going to see a perfect Liverpool today. It's the opening day of the season. In fact, you don't want to be perfect today. You don't. You don't want to be at your best. What you want to do is grow into the season. And there's going to be some teething problems. There is a slight adaptation to how they play. They're not reinventing the wheel. But remember, this is a team in title contention last year. I have them as title contenders this year. And I think that second half is proof to that. Yes, they need to address some areas. They'll get sharper as the season goes on. They've got to go into the market as well. I think they have to go out and improve things overall. But look, they defended against the counter-attacks well. When they had the biggest difference between Liverpool today and Man United yesterday is when Man United had their periods of dominance, we didn't capitalize. Liverpool, 2 goals in 5 minutes, put the game to bed. It really took the hearts of Ipswich away. It's what Man United should have done in the first half yesterday. Bruno should have put us 1 and 2-0 up. That would have killed the game as a contest. But Liverpool did that brilliantly. But that's why I see them as title contenders, because they have that deadly nature about them. As ever, I want to get your views. I want to get your opinions on today's game. Let's go to your comments straight away. There's one here that says second half sensations. I agree with you, Chills. I think it was a very, very, very good second half indeed. No, you didn't dominate. Well, we did. We had most of the chances, most of the XG. We had 60-odd% of the ball. Yeah, we did. Don't lie about the game, my friend. You know, first 20 minutes, Man United didn't dominate. Then we dominated up until the 60th. Then they were hitting us on the counter for about 15 minutes, and then we dominated the rest of the game. The stats and the facts don't lie. But we'll go back to talking Liverpool in its entirety. Most I've ever liked, Gravenberch. Yeah, I thought it was really good today. And when I'm praising anyone, I'm really talking second half performance, barring the defenders who did their jobs well. Yeah, he was very, very good in that second half. There's no doubt about it at all. He really was. Kieran McKenna has been with his team, and they only play this way. Slot is still molding Klopp's side into a new team. Be patient. Look, again, I'm not going to go with that rhetoric. They're not being molded into a new team. Adaptations to an already top team is being made. Kieran McKenna, listen, I thought they equipped themselves well. On reflection, I think they came out like a bull in a china shop. They allowed the adrenaline to get to them. And I think these players exhausted themselves in the opening 45 minutes. I think they ran themselves into the ground. And in that second half, this is not taking anything away from Liverpool, in that second half, they had almost nothing left. Then they conceded. Hearts went. Physicality went. They've got a lot to learn, this Ipswich team. They really, really do. Abysmal first half. Second half, probably every team's story this weekend. Absolutely, which is why you don't write a team. We're talking top 6 teams. You don't write anyone off this weekend. You don't say, look, that proves they're champions. I don't think you can do that. If you understand football, the idea of a team being picture perfect day one is strange. It does happen, but it's a strange notion. It really, really is. Especially in a summer where there has been disruption to pre-season because of international tournaments. Again, know your football. Mo Salah broke the record of scoring 9 in a row on the first. Yeah, listen, Liverpool fans don't always like hearing this, but I'll say it again, and I'll say it with chest. Greatest ever Liverpool player in the Premier League era. I'm not going to touch the 70s and 80s era because that's Liverpool's greatest ever era. So I don't think anyone in the Premier League era touches the 2 or 3 top legends from that era, the Keegans and the Dalglishs and the Sounesses and the like. I don't think you can, based on what they've won. But there's no Liverpool fan in their heart of hearts, they may not say it publicly, that puts anyone above Mo Salah. Maybe Trent or Van Dijk because they're part of this era, but 9 opening is ridiculous. He's an absolute superstar. Absolute superstar. Mo Salah found Terry's hair surgeon and came back younger. Big up to him. Listen, man, if you need a little bit of cosmetic surgery in life and it makes you feel better and you like how you look, I'm all for it. Don't compare us to United. We need signings for sure. Again, it's not about comparing teams. People have to understand what these comparisons I'm doing are. But I'm showing you energy. I'm showing you that I don't defend Man United in one way and then don't apply the same logic when it's needed to my rival teams. I'm just not a baby like that. I'm just not a baby like it. Do you know how like warped people are? I tweeted earlier saying, how are the same media outlets who tell Man United fans, well, your new owners don't play the games, your new owners don't pick the team, they're not really going to fix you, are they? How are those same exact people sitting there before the game talking about how Ipswich owners have turned their club around? I call that out and people go, why are you beefing Ipswich? It's like the world is full of thick people, proper dumb people. I'm not attacking Ipswich, you bellend. I'm calling out the double standards of the media. I'm not even calling Liverpool out. There were media outlets yesterday that said, oh, United, you know what? A better team would have punished them on the counter-attack. Yeah, I mean, you can use that exact same logic for Liverpool today. But they won't. And I just don't like the inconsistencies. That's not about your team, my team. It's about them. Learn that, bro. Learn that. Absolutely buzzing with the second half performance. Slot is cooking. Yeah, listen, you look really good in that second half. Dangerous, deadly. And listen, I watched most Liverpool preseason games. You look really good. I think if you add a player or two, good quality between now and the end of the window, you've got a chance of winning the league this year. I really do. I really, really do. Trent could be the best passer in the world. I'd say only KDB is ahead of him. I don't even think that's disputable that he's one of the best. He's in the top 2 or 3 passers in the world, and he has been since he was about 18 years of age, especially his crossing. He is the best I've seen from crossing the ball into the box since David Beckham. Genuinely the best I've seen since David Beckham. And it's only when you get your own version Liverpool fans can. I grew up with a lot of Liverpool fans. You never quite got the Beckham hype. Well, I don't really get what he does. You see it now in Trent. If Trent was 20, 30 years older, he would have played as a right midfield player in that era. Because remember, right midfielders and left midfielders like Giggs and Beckham were not playing in the same positions as the Mo Salah and Mane's of the modern day era. They were 20, 30 yards further back. Trent would have been a right midfielder in that era. And he's the closest I've ever seen to Beckham. So you Liverpool fans will now understand why United fans rate Beckham so highly. It's the passing, it's the accuracy. It's ridiculous. Trent has the ability to be in a position where anyone else crosses the ball from there, the goal is going to come out and catch it. But he can put the trajectory and the whip on the ball to a point where you can't come out and catch it because it's too quick and too powerful, but it has the accuracy of a much closer cross. It's just impossible to defend when he crosses it right. He's absolutely out of this world. He is. Should have been 6-0. That's football for you. That's football for you. You very rare. You know the games where you do win 6-0? They're the anomaly because bloody hell, all the shots went in today. It doesn't always happen. It doesn't always happen that way. And you've got to apply that logic equally because if they hadn't messed up their counterattacks in the first half, could have been different. But no, I thought it was the performance in the second half probably wanted one or two, maybe two more goals. But yes, it was scintillating. Salah is number one Liverpool Prem player. Shows we are breaking ground. I'd rather have new players surpass old players' achievements and legacies show progression. I agree. Do you know what, David? That is the most sensible super chat I've seen in a long time, and you are spot on. Why would you not want your current players to surpass the records, achievements, and legacy of your previous players? It means your club is winning. It means your club is moving forward. Wayne Rooney always said this about his England record. He said it about 7 years ago. He's a hope Harry Kane breaks it because if he's breaking it, England might be doing well. That's the mindset if you want to progress. I absolutely agree with you. We've got Tom, we've got Ram coming on with me now, boys. Welcome back to the show. Talk to me about Liverpool today, young Thomas.
We look good in that second half. We did. I really liked a lot of what I saw. First half was slum. We looked a little bit nervy. We were seeming to want half a second too long for a lot of things. Nothing was really coming off. We were resorting to long balls and hoping for knockdowns and stuff, and we were kind of playing into Ipswich's hands. And then second half, we just decided to stamp our authority on the game, and it was genuinely some of the best football I've watched us play for a long time. That first goal that we scored, I could watch that back over and over again. Incisive, clear cut, nice link. Everyone involved down that right hand side. It was perfect, and we could have ended today with 4 or 5 or 6. Gravenberch really shocked me. I was actually really impressed by him. Hopefully, this isn't like people's going, oh, well, who needs a DM? You've got Ryan Gravenberch. No, we've done very well. He's not the solution to all our problems, but we've done very well. Trent, especially in the second half, looked brilliant. Salah, people will continue to doubt that man. I don't know why, but they will continue to doubt that man, and he will continue to shut them up. The only player who actually, I'm not going to say disappointed because I am eternally disappointed by him at times, is Luis Diaz. Again, it was just, he does everything right, but the actual bit at the end, and it was infuriating a bit because so much of our great play ended up at his feet and then almost effectively died at his feet. I mean, even when he beats a man, he'll then play an incorrect pass or put it into the stands. And if he could get that end product altogether, you'd have a ridiculously good winger. But he's 28 in December. When is this end product ever going to appear? I just don't think it is. But the last thing I'll say is big credit to Arne Slot, not only for the way that we play at the minute, but his in-game management today was fantastic because he figured out exactly where Ipswich were causing us the problems, and he made that change at half-time. Canate on for Quansah. Allowed us to push further up, allowed Trent to invert more because he's got the quicker centre-back behind him. He's got the centre-back who's more comfortable in wider areas behind him, and that just seemed to unlock everything. The moment that there was that extra security in that wide area, we just started clicking more, and the midfield felt more confident. It was allowed to take more risks. I mean, some of the passes that we were playing through the lines, ridiculously good. And if it does come together in the final third in terms of our front line scoring, more than 33% of their big chances a game, if we get that closer to 50%, then we could have some ridiculously high scoring games. Because
never gonna happen, Tom. Never gonna happen.
It could do if you just play Gakpo instead of Diaz. But hey, what do I know?
You know, Tom. The thing is, I don't know if Ram has spoken or not, but I'm mad, Ram. So I apologize. I have to talk. Listen, that first half performance shows everything that's wrong with this football club. 100%. It's clear we need a DM. It's clear we need a new left back. Of course, Tom doesn't talk about Robertson, who's also shit today. It's clear that Luis Diaz's days are numbered. It's time for him to go. Let's stop playing all these games. This guy is human feces in the forms of a footballer. There is nothing that he does that's actually right in the final third. All he does is dribble. If I wanted dribblers, all four of us could take a plane. Plenty of countries around the world where there are 15, 16, 17-year-olds who are dribbling on the streets much better than this guy. This guy's crap. There's nothing that he brings to the football pitch whatsoever. He's absolutely useless. I think Anthony is better than him. I'm not even exaggerating. I think Anthony is better than Luis Diaz. If you tell him right now, I'm starting a football club and I have to choose one of those two, I'm choosing Anthony over Luis Diaz. Anthony has more big chances created than Luis Diaz last season, by the way. And Luis Diaz played 38 Premier League games. He's just shit, and there is no saving him. There's actually no saving him. He's 28. This is who he is. He's crap. Send him to Barcelona. Send him to wherever the hell you want to sell him. It's time to sell him. People, look at the left-hand side compared to the right-hand side. The right-hand side is like A-star, like elite level footballers. And then look at the left-hand side. I've got a left back that hits first man on every single cross, has shit deliveries from corners, a left winger that's only good at dribbling. It's just such a different animal. The second half, we decided to wake up. We decided to actually play football. We decided to actually play the sport. Because I'm not just going to bypass what happened in the first half. Because the first half, we were dreadful. We were crap in the first half. Second half, we actually woke up, and world-class players win you games. That's why Terry knows this, Tom knows this, because they work with me a lot. When it comes to the people who infest us and annoy us and irritate us every May, sell Mo Salah, get rid of Mo Salah, blah, blah, blah. These are the same people that are sat here today. The only reason why we were not embarrassed by Ipswich is because Salah is a Liverpool player. This guy, the pass to Jota and the finish, as easy as it is, no one else in the team are doing these finishes. That's why we have to keep him. The pass from Trent before the pass as well to Mo was unbelievable. And those two players right there down that right-hand side saved us today just purely based on ability and who they are. And that midfield, it's so obvious we need a DM. Even today, it made it even more obvious. I thought Gravenberch had a good game. That does not mean that we don't need a DM. We still need one. And it's obvious because in the first half, there was like a donut hole open in front of the defense. You know why? Because Gravenberch is not naturally a DM. The problem when you're playing someone who's not naturally a DM as a DM, it's just positional awareness. Gravenberch ain't used to it. Like Gravenberch is not, he's used to scanning, maybe dictating tempo, playing a pass left, pass right, dribbling a little bit, but he's not used to playing this way. Second half, first half, complete different story. Salah saves us. Trent was very good today. Alisson incredible as well. But for me, that right-hand side is what saved Liverpool Football Club from embarrassment today. That's my honest opinion.
I think the second half, you got to give a lot of credit to is the midfield, because the midfield actually decided to keep the ball and not try and play hero ball every single time. And I know the first half he was absolutely poor, but when he came on, he was actually really, really good in the second half with Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai played a much better second half than he did in the first half. Started to actually try and create chances, tried to take a lot of risks, and actually tried to play some good football. And that's just a testament to the entire right-hand side, because once everything started going, we saw how good Liverpool can be. But this game, in a nutshell, shows why, for me, we're not going to win. We're not going to be close to challengers this season, because that first half showed exactly what the problem is. And I completely agree with Hassam for the first time in a while. Gravenberch, I'm happy for him to play deeper, but he's not a DM. his positional awareness as a DM is not there. And you're kind of limiting the kind of player that he is, because on the ball, he's fantastic. He's very good dribbler, very good passer, but he doesn't defend. He's not a great defender. He hasn't got that tenacity. He hasn't got that aggression. And that's just him in a nutshell. That's not his fault. He's a centre mid, not a DM.
That's why Zubamendi wasn't.
Sorry, I just have to say one thing very importantly. Man United fans on the chat, I hope you're all satisfied. I told you this is just who I am. I'm objective about everyone. You thought I was going to come here and go like, yes, we're top of the league and gas it up. No, because the first half performance does not change the fact that we played like shit. So I called out my own club. I just didn't call us lucky or Cammy or Dotty.
I think that's it. And I digged you out at the beginning, but you know it's all playful between me and you, mate. And I think it was just people. It's just what you said specifically about if it was a better team than Fulham, they could have beaten you on the counter attack. It was just so ironic that in your first game you're up against a team that had 4 very good counter attacks before you scored, and by your logic, you should have been 4-0 down, and the second half would have been irrelevant. So therefore, you shouldn't even praise the second half. But if you go in chronological order,
but the first half, bro.
But you were. But ironically, I actually thought you defended the counter attacks really well. Although you could say they missed their passing up, sometimes that's. I mean, I don't know if people have actually played football. So I've played football, played a few.
You can force players to miss passes. You can put pressure on them and they'll make mistakes.
By the way you defend, and sometimes the worst thing you can do when defending is rushing. Sometimes the best thing to do is stand there and almost make people think. And Trent did that brilliantly for one of those counter attacks. But again, it always depends on who the team is, who the player is, who the pundits are, to whether you get the same energy given. That's all. Mo, what did you make of today, mate? Obviously, no dog in the fight. What did you make of Liverpool overall with their first game as Slot as their manager?
Horrific. Absolutely horrific. And it's because they don't have a DM, and because they don't have a DM that defends. That midfield was wide open. Every time they string a couple of passes, it was wide open. And if Van Dijk was not the best defender out there, this is why you need a Van Dijk in your team. He can stop the attacks by his, whatever you want to call it, aura or not aura, its positioning, its experience. This is why Van Dijk is, for me, the best individual defender to ever play in the Premier League. The guy just by himself with his experience and positioning can stop counter-attacks by himself. Ipswich looked really good, but again, the final passes were lacking. But the DM for Liverpool, I'm glad now for Liverpool fans that you didn't get Zubamendi. I'm glad. Zubamendi would not have solved the problems that you had today, which is a midfield wide open. Zubamendi, as Hossam stated before, when he was talking about Zubamendi, is a very good player on the ball. Defensively, he's not that guy. Liverpool needed a Fabinho example, someone who is more defensive but can also pass the ball. There are players out there. Rock and roll football again, same as Klopp, same problems. The midfield is wide open without a DM. Trent, by the way, Hossam said he's brilliant. He was absolutely not
rock and roll football when in the first half.
No, the whole game, most of the game, you are trying to go to the shortest.
First half, we didn't even have the guitars ready, bro.
Yeah, but again, you are trying to get to the goal, to the closest thing. That's why you played long balls when they pressed you. That's why you played long balls when they pressed you. And Salah was horrific in that first half. The touches were not there. Luis Diaz, oh my God. How is this guy a foot? The guy looks absolutely brilliant when he has the ball. Final product, just the final pass, the final cross, the final shot.
And he robbed Trent of an assist as well. Trent of an assist.
Absolutely horrific. The guy, brilliant dribbling, dribbled 3 players. The shot is right there. And we saw the Bracula goal yesterday for PSG. And he skies it 10 yards. The cross is right there. Salah, suppose like everyone is making the run. And the cross is behind everyone. You dribble the goalkeeper, just cut it back to the guy. No, it's
you guys are missing the big chance. The chip that he ends up missing
well.
6 yards out. Oh my God.
And by the way, there is one more thing about Diaz. The guy's not even smart. He couldn't even sell the penalty. You got hit, bro. Just roll over, do something, He got up and then okay, no penalty. But Liverpool, do you
remember the moment where he led the counter attack and there were 3 Liverpool players in the box and he managed to find the Ipswich defender out of 3 Liverpool players? We're not exaggerating. I wish we're exaggerating. This is who he is, guys. He's 28. He's not going to go any better. Yeah. This is who he is.
He's basically,
and that's why you have to sell him.
He's basically like a Alan Saint-Maximin. All good, all looks good, tries to take on players, but this is why myself, Tom, have been saying I'd rather start Gakpo over him, because at least the guy will actually know how to make a decision and actually will try and get shots on target rather than trying to take on his man, cut back, take him on again, and make the wrong pass. You know,
But
this is the frustrating
the difference between Liverpool first half and Liverpool second half is that Liverpool first half, it didn't look like they had control of the game. It's not about position again. It didn't look like they know where the second attack is going to happen, where the next pass is. Second half, Liverpool completely dominated where the ball should go in every single play, and that's credit to Arne Slot. But again, it's the same problems that we've seen last season. Is this sustainable? Is this letting the opposition get chances and get you in the counter sustainable?
No, but
I know it's overreaction. It's the first game.
This is if you're using today the level of chance and the quality of chance we were giving up to opposition last year, nothing like what we gave up today. Counter-attacks, as you said, we defended the counter-attacks well. Would I prefer to not end up in those situations? Yes. But we defended them well when we were put in those situations.
No, that's because it was Ipswich. No, that was because it was
Ipswich. No, I'd argue then.
All these players that played for Ipswich are championship level. Any other team, 3-on-3, 3-on-2 for you, you don't get away with 4-5. I'm having the same energy I had for Man United. Ipswich are the team that didn't sign Premier League players. If you have 4 or 5 times people going on Liverpool, they will score once. You cannot get away with it because, we defended it well today. Yes. What about the better oppositions? You play the team that everyone is expected to get relegated because they didn't add Premier League quality players. This guy, Omari Hutchinson, he is still a championship level player. Tom, you defended them well because they picked the wrong pass. Same energy we had for Man United. Because they picked the wrong. They had 3-on-2 guys, and they chose the wrong pass twice.
Would you argue quite a lot of those 3-on-2s were from set pieces that we ended up not hitting the first man or anything like that?
Part of having a DM. Rams, that's part of having someone to stop these counter-attacks and transitions. It is part. Fabinho used to stop this. Fernandinho used to stop this. It's the same part.
Not corner kick. Corner kick transitions.
We were only getting countered off our corners. We were only getting countered off our corners because we would leave. Trent would stay back for one of them, and then the rest of the time it was Soboslai and McAllister being the deepest sitters while sitting on the edge of the box. That. We weren't trying to play out from the back, giving it away and then getting counter-attacked. We were getting counter-attacked because off a set piece, we chuck loads of people in the box and we don't win the ball. And then we get countered. I don't think if we play Man City or these other big teams, we're going to necessarily put 9 players in the box like we did today. I think that you'll see us be a lot more cautious there, and then those opportunities won't happen.
I agree, and I think that it's also those better. This is why I understand the logic. If Arsenal are in those counter-attack opportunities, they'd punish them. City would punish them. I was going to say Man United, but maybe not.
West Ham.
We struggle to finish. West Ham. I get that, but however, a lot of these better teams will also attack Liverpool more and won't commit as many players back, which means when Liverpool are attacking, it could be easier for them as well. That's why I don't think. I understand it when you look at the actual counter-attack, but if we run it back 30 seconds earlier, would some of those better teams be easier for Liverpool to attack because there's more space, meaning you may not concede as many counter-attacks? And I think both arguments hold water. There's a super chat here for Ram. This says, nice t-shirt, Ram. Name 5 Nirvana songs.
Oh, you want me to name them?
Go on then.
Okay. Come As You Are, Smells Like Teen Spirit, Numb, Man Who Sold the World, and Something in the Way. I know my music, Terry. Don't. There we go.
I'm not trying to catch you out. I just thought I'd put the super chat up for you to throw it. There we go. I don't know the name of a single. I know who they are, but I don't know a single Nirvana song. That title of the song, I probably know them to hear, but I don't know the titles. It's not really my genre personally. But there we go. Look, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent first result for Liverpool. Winning is the most important thing from this point. This stream is going to take you to Hassam's channel for a watch along for the Arsenal. They're playing Wolves, right?
Yes.
Arsenal Wolves game We're live after that as well, so make sure you're back here. If you want to watch the 3 p.m. game, though, whilst you're watching the watch along with Hussam, you need a VPN. This year, any kind of piracy streaming is going to get ripped apart. You need a VPN. Okay, so subscribe, sign up to NordVPN, and then go and use Setanta Sports. All you do is change your geolocation to, say, Georgia, Ukraine, Moldova. It's $3.99 a month, okay, for Setanta Sport, and that's everything you get for the money. Premier League, Champions League, Bundesliga, F1, UFC, the slap leagues on there, bruv. If you want to watch people slapping themselves, I think there's basketball, FA Cup, so many different sports available to you. Tennis, the lot is on there. Literally, you need a VPN provider to do it, but it's a legal way to stream. All the Premier League 3 p.m. games are on there as well. So you don't need to worry about a knock on the door. You don't need to worry about anything going wrong. Plus, with NordVPN, you protect yourself online as well. So go check out Sam's channel. Make sure you're ready for all these games. We're back live in a couple of hours. Congratulations to Liverpool today. Opening day win for them. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again very, very soon. Peace.